might think that the bank has relatively little to do with science. We have those connected to science, but we actually have a very large proportion of our colleagues are scientists. An increasing proportion of our colleagues are scientists. Now 10% of our people at the Bank of England have science degrees, and it's for a reason. We very much value the skills and the diversity they bring to the institution. When you think of science, after all, you start with curiosity, you start with asking the right questions. There's a focus on discipline analysis and dedicated research, and these are all the tools that make good supervisors, good economists, good central bankers. So just in one corner of your mind as you're thinking about science, think just a little bit about central banking. And if you know young scientists who want to come broaden the bank and stay, although we're very pleased to move on. I'm glad you brought up the Money Act, because this is legendary in central banking, and I'm looking forward to analyzing it again. The days where money, Deputy Governor Benny Broadbent is here, sits on the Monetary Policy Committee with me. I think the days when money flowed like water are over. They're ending. They're trying to. But, there is a huge heritage here in this room, in this museum more broadly, and of course in this country. Think also of Babbage's analytical engine, or difference engine, which one of the first uses was for actuarial tables and calculations. And of course, the UK has the world's leading reinsurance market and the fourth largest insurance sector in the world. And there's still, this is the basis of that work. There is, and part of the reason why we're here, and I'll come on to this in more detail, is because science is helping to transform the macroeconomy. It's transforming the future of finance, and it's also transforming today's core topic, the future of money, the present and future of money. Advances in science and technology are making digital money more like its physical counterpart, making it instant, anonymous, and direct. And they're also modernizing the physical currency itself, and physical currency still plays a hugely important role in our society. There's a lot of science in cash, and we use a lot of technology to protect those notes against counterfeiting. We also use new technology, and we've been doing this over the course of the last few years, to add new security features such as see-through panels, covered foils, holograms. The underlying substrate, the polymer, which represents many scientific advances, makes the notes stronger. They last 2.5 times as long as the old paper notes, and they make the notes greener. It has much lower carbon footprint, in part because it lasts longer, but also because the lifespan, or because the nature allows us to recycle them when they're finished. We are committed, another thing that polymer does is help us meet our commitment to being as inclusive as possible. It allows us to add features that help the partially sighted, including tactile dots that are on the new notes. But being inclusive obviously is a much broader point. It means being open and transparent in how we select the characters that feature on our banknotes, and that's part of why I'm here today. And a few years ago, we created an advisory panel to help us with that process and open up that process. And of course, I'm here, and you can probably guess, I'm delighted to announce that the advice of that advisory panel is that the field from which we're looking for public nominations, and if you recall, for the 20, we had 30,000 members of the public nominate. The field where we've selected on the advice of the advisory panel is science. Now, the United Kingdom has a rich, rich scientific heritage. Ian and I were talking a moment ago. It is absolutely recognized the world over. I can tell you, growing up in my native Canada, that British scientists were at the forefront of our curriculum, and rightly so. In the pre-industrial era, I mean, there are too many achievements to list, but I'm going to highlight a few. In the pre-industrial era, the laws of motion and the discovery of hydrogen were foundational achievements by UK scientists. They paved the way for future progress and practical progress in everything from autos to aerospace, and present-day heroes like Lewis Hamilton and Helen Sharman, who's here today, truly stand on the shoulders of giants, as Newton said, stand on the shoulders of UK innovation. The invention here of the steam engine, the electric motor, the telegraph, powered the first two industrial revolutions, brought the world closer together, brought the first wave of globalization and prosperity to many. In medicine and biology, the discoveries of penicillin, X-rays, the double helix by British scientists afforded people healthier and longer lives. If I go to the third industrial revolution, there are many examples, but we can point to Tim Berners-Lee and the creation of the World Wide Web, which helped bring the sum of human knowledge to billions around the planet. And now, as we're on the cusp of the fourth industrial revolution, again, UK scientists and mathematicians, think people like Demis Hassabis at DeepMind, advancing advancing the way knowledge is created through artificial intelligence. Huge regard for science across the world and also in this country. It shows up consistently in polls and regular appearances in the top 100 Britons, and also has shown up in our banknotes in the past, characters on our banknotes, from Darwin to Newton, and including James Watt, who shares the current 50. So that's what we're looking to celebrate. The new 50-pound note will complement the celebration of literature on the Jane Austen tenor, statecraft with the Churchill fiver, and soon to be the arts with the Turner 20. So we're celebrating a wide range of UK achievement. What are we looking for? We're looking for someone from Great Britain and Northern Ireland who has made an invaluable contribution to UK society, be it through pioneering innovation, exceptional leadership, helping to shape this society, and forge its common values. As has always been the case, the bank will not represent living people or fictional characters on our banknotes. So I'm afraid Time Lords of whatever gender are ineligible. Now, in submitting nominations, we encourage the public to think creatively and think widely about what science means. And the advisory panel will consider individuals from a multitude of disciplines, from astronomy to zoology and everything in between. And if that's not enough inspiration, I have a short video to show you. So.